All right. I'm just gonna give you all this statement. All right. This should be obvious at this point that Christians are, most of them are unknowingly worshipping the devil. They're unknowingly worshipping the devil because of many reasons. A lot of them are pro Trump, and Trump is the guy that acts like a dictator, you know. And it seems like many quote unquote Christians worship the guy. Even though like he erects statues of himself. Alright. Like in the Bible, like Trump has violated many commandments and has sinned so much. Okay? And on top of that, not loving one another, okay? He just loves to fuck with the population. Alright? Now, I haven't finished reading the Bible yet, but the Bible is a very cryptic book. I'm not saying I know everything about the Bible, but it should be obvious to you all that from common knowledge that you get from the Bible, like you shouldn't be worshiping a man who is a pedophile and who likes to erect statues of himself and refurbish Washington, D.C. often to match his image. Okay? You know? That's just what it is. To be the Pope, you gotta have much knowledge in Christian faith or Catholic faith. What with this, like the Pope, I believe, is Catholic. So when he says that Donald Trump does not represent Christianity, and Trump complains about it, that should be an understanding that Trump really does not represent Christianity. All right, Kiwi Farms doesn't represent Christianity. A lot of people who who worship the devil. A lot of Christians are basically like Satanists in disguise without even knowing it. Worshipping AI, that's another thing. AI can be synonymous with the Tower of Babel. Since AI data centers can also be called surveillance centers, that could also be synonymous with the mark of the beast. Okay? So the mark of the beast isn't the COVID vaccines, from what I'm aware. All right. I don't think vaccines were ever the mark of the beast. What is the mark of the beast is like forced AI data centers, which are surveillance centers, and of course digital ID. A lot of like a lot of world leaders, head of states, love to enforce on its people. All right, Keir Starmer, I believe, would be another puppet of Satan for his Online Safety Act, blackmailing people into like giving them digital IDs and shit, like get forcing them to have a digital ID. Yeah, blackmailing, that kind of stuff. All right. But yeah, I can say the same about many different religions out there. And I have a feeling that religion itself could have been started by the devil itself. So, to understand the true God, you must be careful with what you're doing. Okay? You must be careful not to succumb to having a firm belief of something. Where if it violates the rights of other people, then you're basically, if your rights violate the rights of other people, it's basically like you're doing what the devil wants you to do. You're doing what the devil wants you to do. Okay? Now with me, I'm not an atheist, by the way, but I genuinely believe there is a God. I'm convinced there is the devil, as the devil is the embodiment of bad. And the devil will do everything it could to wage psychological warfare on its civilians. That's what it is. For the few Christians that understand the dangers of Trump and AI, amongst other things, you're much further out of the trap of Satan than these other people are. Satan will do everything it can to put you into his trap. Okay? That's the thing. I don't trust the devil. I don't trust the devil. Alright? Trump could be synonymous with Baal. Okay? Trump could be synonymous with Baal. He's likely one of the people you can be considered like the eyes wide shut people. So, yeah. I'm just making a statement. I'm just making this statement just to get you to understand that if you hold firmly on one belief and stuff, that's what the devil wants. If you hold firmly on a belief like a religion or an ideology, and if it consists of taking rights away from other people. Alright. Felt like I fell into the devil's trap multiple times before. Okay? And I fear that I could still fall into the devil's trap again. But, as always, at least I'm aware of what I'm getting into. Not fully aware, but at least I am aware.